Hi, I'm Steve from SF Marine. Today we're going to take you through the initial stages of installing your brand new Zipwake interceptors. So you can purchase these from Hypro Marine or Avon Marina. They are the UK distributor for these products. So as you can see, we've already got the trim tabs on the boat, but we're just going to show you the stages of what you do to go through to get these set up. So they supply you with these handy template kits, which will tell you the size of the drill bits you need, the locations of them as well, for the locators on the back of the trim tabs, as well as if you're having a concealed mount or an external mount, such as we are here. So even though they're placed here, so we've measured in from the transom, because of this hull design, we have these deep swooping curves which create hydrodynamic lift. So therefore we've come in to the end of the radius as such, which is going to give us the best point to spread these as wide as possible on your hull, because that's going to give you the most stability and most control that you can get. So the templates themselves come with these handy little right angle feet that you can see here. So in the instruction manual, it will tell you that this can take up to, well, it varies. The instruction manual says that use the feet in this particular application up to a 15-degree transom. We have a 12-degree transom on this boat, okay? So you'll get them into place. Obviously they will be here at the time, but we're just going to show you on this clean bit of hull, just with a setup. Okay, so we'll tape them onto the back of the boat there. You'll then get yourself a piece of timber. Can be a small piece, large piece, whatever you're looking for. So you'll set this on the back of the boat, keeping it level, similar to when you're setting up an engine with a cavitation plate. So you drop these down, so the tops of the feet sit on the tops of your piece of timber. Okay, and this will allow an ever so slight gap underneath the foot or the trim tab itself. There's about 2 mil there just sitting up the top of the tab, so when it's fully retracted, you're going to obviously have the least amount of stress on the trim tab as possible anyway, okay? So it's usually best to check 3 times both sides, okay? So you'll go to one, because what will happen is on changing one angle on one side, you'll actually change the other side as well, okay? Then you'll come to this side, check the other side, check back this side. Always best to check 3 times at least, just make sure you've got it in the right place, and as well as you don't want to be drilling holes in your boat and then finding out later that you've royally done yourself a mischief. Okay, so this takes 5mm holes or 3/16. So you'll pilot these with a small pilot. What's probably best to do is you drill and your drill bit, which we've got covered in Zipwake here, is to put a bit of masking tape on your drill bit, which show you the depth of the screw. So you'll take your screws, measure the shank on it, obviously then tape that onto the drill bit, and then you know that is how deep it is, because it's all well and good, but if you just drive this home through your transom, you're going to go through, end up in the inside of the boat, and yes, you're going to seal this at the end of the day, but in reality you want to try and give yourself the best longevity and durability for the transom as you can. Okay, so once these are drilled, they come with, again, like we said in the last video, some very large shank screws. So what you want to do is drill these out to the guideline sizes on the templates that you've got. You then want to countersink them with, say, an 8 or 10mm drill bit, or a countersink if you own one. The drill bit will suffice for what you need to do. This will aid in the gel coat not blowing and fracturing from the inside, from the outside, sorry, and then it will just help the screw go in a bit more, so you don't end up with a big blister and blowing the gel coat around the hole, which in turn potentially cause water ingress or just overall damage to your gel coat. So once they're drilled, it also has a concealed cable mount, so if you want to run through, you can follow this guideline, and then this will actually dismount, be fitted in through the interceptor, into the hull and then into the boat. The reason we can't is because this transom's very fixed. This is a 70mm transom gone in here. It would probably handle up to 300 horsepower. Under commercial guidelines, this should handle 150 to 200 horsepower. In the pleasure market, it'd be much different, and then therefore you probably get even a 400R or something like that on here. Okay, so then we'll be able to mount the base plate as such into the boat. The cover will be removed at this point. You'll have the actual interceptor ram as such. Well, it's not a hydraulic ram, it's running on all electronics there, so that will go in, and then you'll install the faceplate, and these are meant to be torqued up. Because you're screwing into plastic, you don't want to tear the thread out of it, so these are done up not as hard as you want to, but at the end of the day, if you have a torque wrench, then you can use that, or just do it so that it's nice and firm without putting too much tension on it, because you will strip those plastic threads, and then you're going to have a big problem on your hands after that. Okay, so from this point now anyway, we come with cable runs. So we're going to run these up the transom, above the transom or the mounting bracket of the engine that's there, and then we're going to have the through bulkhead fittings that will run through as well, and then the cable tidies which will screw over the top of this, will screw into the transom, just keeps it all nice and tidy. Preferably I would have liked to have gone through the transom, but just because we've just gone so heavy duty on this at the end of the day, we're having to do this method, but that is why they supply you, so you can retrofit your boats in this method or install them in brand new boats if they're coming out of the factory. Okay, so after this we're going to run the distribution unit into the boat, as well as the helm control unit into the dash of the console. Well, thanks very much for watching.